In the shadows of the Palmetto State's history lies a tale of towns that were cloaked in darkness as the sun set. These were the sundown towns of South Carolina, a chapter of the past that remains as a stark reminder of racial segregation and discrimination. Sundown towns were not exclusive to South Carolina. They were a nationwide phenomenon, a grim relic of the Jim Crow era. The term sundown town was coined to describe these places where African Americans were unwelcome after the sun had set. The origins of these towns are entwined with the country's tumultuous history of racial discrimination. They emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, a time when racial tensions were at a peak. But how were these unwritten rules enforced? The methods were as varied as they were brutal. Discriminatory laws, intimidation, and violence were commonplace. Signs were posted at the town's borders, issuing stark warnings to African Americans about what would happen if they remained there after sunset. In some cases, police or vigilantes would enforce these rules through acts of aggression and brutality. Now, let's turn our attention to South Carolina, where several sundown towns were scattered across the state. The Isle of Palms, a stunning island town, was one such place. Its beautiful beaches and picturesque landscapes were a stark contrast to the discrimination that was once enforced here. Moncks Corner, a town in Berkeley County, was another such place. Known for its rich history and scenic beauty, it too was a sundown town where African Americans were forbidden after sunset. Folly Beach, fondly referred to as the Edge of America, also has a darker history as a sundown town. Its eclectic mix of beachfront and marshland was once a setting for discrimination and segregation. Other towns like Somerton, Ellington, Abbeville, and Mount Pleasant also carried the sundown town label. These small towns, surrounded by farmland and forests, were once places where the sun setting meant more than just the end of the day. And then there was Lawrence, a town steeped in history. Once a thriving cotton town, it too was a sundown town where racial segregation was enforced. The history of these towns is a stark reminder of the discrimination and racial segregation that was once enforced in South Carolina and across the nation. As we reflect on this past, it's important to remember the impact of these sundown towns. They stand as a testament to a time of racial division, a time that we must not forget. As the sun sets on this journey through South Carolina's sundown towns, let's remember that these towns are more than just geographical locations. They are reminders of a history that we must learn from, so that we can strive towards a future where everyone is welcome, no matter the time of day. Write about it in your Piedmontcell journal. Get one on Amazon.